I have no idea, man. Alright, let's see if we're going live. Let's see. Let's check. We're on. Should be on. I don't know, but we'll see in a second.
Says offline still.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Man, before we start, that Pain of Salvation album that just came out, it's so good. Oh, looks like it's online. We're doing it. We are here. Okay. Hello to the world. Let's yes, indeed. Let's start our lovely stream and start talking about whatever the hell we want to talk about. By the way, have you seen this glorious little illustration that I made?
What?
I made the illustration for this weekly podcast drawing show. I don't know what to call it. It's two cats and they're paint punks.
Are you sure we're live?
It's
it still says stand by.
How about you restart the thing?
Refresh. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, let's make sure. It says
oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah, it says we're good on my end. Yeah, okay. Alright, now that that's the case, let's start. So, my friend, let's get ready for this thing. A little bit sneak peek on my personal project. Let's close all this. Start a new page, and so, what do you have prepared for us?
Well, continuing on the rad guitarist theme.
Oh my god.
I'm thinking we're gonna start off with Myiavi.
Oh my god. Is there any reason why you're bringing Miyavi up?
Oh,
or did you just like decide that you like him and you want to remember him again?
Well, I didn't decide, but I got his two most recent albums, and actually the one before his latest one I like a lot more, but yeah, they're just rad.
Because of you, I'm gonna be drawing like a ton of Stephen King and guitar players, I feel. But
gonna be drawing a what?
A ton of guitar players and Stephen King stuff.
Yep.
Awful. Okay, so let's start. This time I don't want to necessarily do colors, I just want to sketch. So we'll see where that leaves us. Hope you're drawing Myiavi too, because first of all, he has a lot of looks.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna go for?
Well, because it's the album that I really like right now, I'm going for how he looks on The Others.
I'm not sure which one is that, but
I'll send you a
picture. I'm gonna go for the one where he has like long hair and a sleek back tat on display, and he's just holding the black guitar. It's the white album cover. Like I like that look for him.
The Samurai Sessions one?
Maybe, I'm not sure. He always looks very attractive.
Yeah.
If that's a way to put it. See, I kind of wish we could like play music, but I don't want audio to be muted. Yeah. So.
Well, also we don't really want to deal with copyright bullshit on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it gets very ridiculous. All right, so how was your week, man?
Fucking terrible.
Yeah, first of all, news number one. You have a birthday. We're like normally we do this on Mondays, but today is a Tuesday. And we didn't do it on Monday. Reason one, because you had a birthday. And I didn't want to make you do anything on your birthday. But the reason two for that, which was not even required since you had a birthday, but reason two is...
I was incredibly sick. Still actually am a little bit.
Yeah, you are like, as many Americans, you are absolutely weak. And incredibly susceptible to being sick all the time. Now, to clarify, what I mean there is that, I don't know, you get sick. Like, you frequently got sick, like, recently. Like, on your thing.
Yeah, I got, like, a headache and dizzy something. I think Canada just wants me to get out, so it's being aggressive.
Well, you also want to get out yourself, so, I don't know. Feelings mutual, I guess.
Needs to give me time, man.
I'm sorry. But, on the plus side, you're almost done, as far as I understand.
Yeah. Still need to... Man, the whole plan this weekend was to crap out that stupid fucking paper so I wouldn't have to worry about it, like, or anything ever again.
No worries.
And then I got so fucking sick that I couldn't even leave my bed for like 3 days.
Yeah, you couldn't leave your bed, not just your...
Yeah, not just my apartment. Like, if I got out from under the covers, I started shivering like I was gonna freeze to death, so...
Yep, it's pretty bad. Unfortunately, nothing you could have done. And what you tried to go get some shit, but the store was closed. So you were just suffering for a couple days.
Yep.
Isn't that great? Now, anything you want to discuss? Like, possibly the thing we've been talking about just a second ago?
Oh, God. I don't know, man.
Do you want to get into the political sphere of things?
No.
It's not really political, I feel. See, but it would definitely be some opinions.
I mean, at this point, we'd just be hopping on a train that's already going, you know?
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, don't abuse your kids. If you think... Yeah.
Controversial political opinion.
See, the controversy is that apparently there is, like, an unclear, like, opinion on what is and what is not abuse of your kids. And then there's also, like, the whole, well, it's my kids, so fuck you. And I don't know if that's okay.
Well, I'll answer that for you. It's not.
The end. See, my thing is, yeah, it clearly isn't okay, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm just like slightly uncomfortable realizing that there are so many people that have the whole opinion that, well, I have rights, so I'm just gonna do what I want. Which is okay in some cases, but I would argue that in some cases when it involves other people, especially when you can't, like those people have no power at all.
Well, yeah, that's the, like, okay, ideally this abuse wouldn't happen in general, like, ever. But there's something about, well, not something, the thing about, like, child and animal abuse is the factor of helplessness.
Ooh, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, the animal abuse is usually always the same. Like, animals obviously can't do anything about it. And people who do that shit, they're just kind of like, it's my pet, fuck off. Right? And you're like, well, I mean, you can't argue that. It is their pet. I mean, luckily you can call services, right?
Mhm.
But I would argue that the pet will get more possible, like, help than the kid. Because kids can be manipulated, kids can be like basically forced into staving off the people who
Well,
come.
they can be like intimidated more easily.
Yeah, like ideally you would, like you would prefer to think that a child protective service would come in and be like, oh, clearly I'm being like a veil is being pulled over my face, right? Because this child is beaten, hungry, and he's like, I'm fine. You're like, so fuck that, right? I'm gonna exercise my power to have an opinion based on what I'm seeing, but that doesn't seem to happen much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the people in question said that Child Protective Services came and thought it was all fine. And I refuse to believe that because look at that.
Well, it sounds more like something they would say to.
You think?
In a really weak attempt to.
You think they're just saying that?
Dissuade people from trying.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I really want to believe that they all die. I mean, that's a very fucked up thing to say, but, I don't know, like, when I hear, like, a parent talk like that to their kid, I just want them to get, stamped to death by a rhino, but it's just me being
especially kids that are young.
Yeah, and then I go, like, online and watch Gordon Ramsay talk to kids. And that's, like, night and day. Like, like, I know Gordon Ramsay has a reputation for being, like, a dick or something, right? But watch him actually talk to kids, and it's, like, a completely different person. It's, like, the opposite example of someone who is very nice, very understanding, and very patient. At least on camera. God knows what happens at home with his kids, but his kids seem to be very much okay. What?
Oh boy, you can see, you can definitely tell at what point I stopped even remotely trying.
I am curious now.
Oh man, I mean, I'm already at a multiple disadvantages from A, not being a visual artist, B, using paint,
oh no,
and C,
oh.
using a mouse.
Oh man, there's so much good in that, yeah. You know what song I had stuck in my head for the whole day? Do you know the song Baker Street?
Baking sheet?
Baker Street by Gary, what's his name? It's the one that has the famous sax line.
Oh yeah.
That one. So I like how that's the way I explained it. But yeah, it's been in my head. That and the new Pain of Salvation album cut, because God, that's a great album. I told you the story, right? The guy had like flesh-eating bacteria problem. I don't know, man. When your like medical diagnosis has like necro in the name and there's like flesh-eating bacteria, that's some serious shit. But they got through, and now their whole new album is all about that. Yeah, so it's all cool. About conquering the flesh-eating bacteria. See, this has to have like the Myiavi soundtrack in the background. Like the cool guitar, like slap guitar lines. I don't know. There's like not a lot of discussion to have about Myiavi. Like he's so great. Like like he's just, for those who don't know, Myiavi is like one of those like super cool musicians. Like your Joe Satriani and your Steve Vai, like with guitar playing. That's like right. But the Miyavi's thing, he uses like electroacoustic guitar most of the time. There's a lot of J influences, like your like, would you say like J rock?
Yeah, it's like a mix of J rock, jazz, and blues, and then lately a little bit of like pop.
Well, yeah, there's like a lot of modern like influences like that, I'd say as well. But his thing really is like his guitar playing. Like there's no way around. No one quite plays like the way he does. There's like a lot of like, frankly, underused techniques for guitar, like slap playing, like how you'd have like that on bass, which some would argue, I would argue too, is easier to do on bass than on guitar, due to the fact of how the instrument is. There's like that's just how it is. And he just does it. Doesn't give a shit, like a cool badass that he is.
Yeah, man.
And just kind of like kicking ass, taking names, man, without a care in the world.
Oh, I have to send you this now that I'm done, I guess.
Oh yeah, you're done? That was quick.
I was like, you know what? I made a mistake because I can't draw people, or at least, like, you know, you'll see.
So your new strategy is to give me things that are not necessarily good subjects to draw, purely so that you have like a prepared good joke or something over me.
Oh sure.
Like that's your gonna be new strategy, so you don't have to worry about drawing anything.
I mean, we'll see how I do with the next one.
Well, you just thought of it, see, so that's why. You'll just go SpongeBob or something eventually. Not a fan?
No, I'm actually fine with SpongeBob.
Yeah, me too. It's not actually that bad. Just like some people turn it into something it is not, I feel. Did you know that... Okay, first of all, you know the band Asking Alexandria?
Alright, so you just cut out.
Okay,
so...
let's try that again. Do you know the band Asking Alexandria? First question. What's your opinion of them?
I don't really have one, because I actually haven't heard... I don't think I've heard any of their music, I just know the name.
Oh, okay. So that's surprising, because usually you'd be like, I despise them, because they're a very, like, specific brand of, like, modern, like, core kind of type of deal. Like, with screaming, yelling, and special kind of scene haircuts. Or it used to be, at least. I don't know if they're still into that right now. But, yeah. That used to be their thing. But what I just learned is that... Did you know that their frontman made an album, and it's a country album?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so there's this band, right? A very popular with kids these days. Right? Asking Alexandria. It's one of those core, like, bands. And he made a country album. If you don't know, Asking Alexandria is actually British, which to me makes that it's like an important distinction to me, because it's not like he's just like a guy who also happens to love country. Like, deal with it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's a British dude.
Yeah. There's a little...
That is weird, right? At least in that kind of sense. Some people said it wasn't bad. Like, it's maybe he really wants to make country music rather than metalcore. Which would be funny. See, I really hate drawing guitars and instruments in general. Something I learned while doing a lot of posters for musicians. Because instruments are so detailed. Like, needlessly detailed. And the thing about it is no one cares about the instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone cares about the performer. No one cares about the guitar, unless you're into Steve Vai, because then his guitars just look cool.
Well, so, yeah, they have a handle.
Yeah, you have a hand. Well, I was thinking more like the two-directional rose, or like a heart-shaped one, that kind of shit. You know.
Well, do you still have your
Yes.
Steve Vai guitar?
Yes,
Oh,
I
nice.
do. I still have my Gem, the signature Vai guitar. I have it. I really need to change the strings and everything on that one, honestly.
I'm guessing you haven't changed them since.
Nope.
Ever.
There was never any point. Like, think about it.
Well, that's true. But I mean, now you're at the point where if you wanted to, you could just jam for fun, you know? Like, you're not forced to truck it around to
Well,
jazz guitar stuff.
yes and no, because that actually would take time, and I don't have a lot of time.
Oh, that's true, yeah, because your life sucks. Well, eventually you might get to that point.
Yeah, when I do get to that point, I might wake up one day and be like, you know what, I kind of feel like jamming today. Like, getting back in my jazzy guitar groove, maybe like playing some licks, doing some improvisation, and I would do that. I do feel like that sometimes, even like getting my guitar out and doing that, but it's just like no time, man.
Yeah.
It's not at the point where it would be a fun little hobby for me. It would still have to be like a project or something I do. Remember that one time when I took a break from art for like a week to finish string quartet?
Mm-hmm.
That would be what I would do. Like, I would be like, I'm taking a break from this. Like, I'm sacrificing this so I can spend this amount of time practicing guitar or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not feeling that.
Yeah.
See that? Oh, that's my thing.
Well, hey, man. One day we'll show them all.
Oh yeah, Revenge of the Music Nerds.
Mm-hmm.
But like proper music nerds, not the ones that do the horrible fucking webcomics about life as someone in like a band.
Oh god, those are so bad.
See, that's my new idea. Like, a lot of people just want to kind of belong, so they enjoy webcomics that are just like about their thing, whatever stupid it is. Like here's my webcomic about being a nurse. Like, no one cares. Like, no one cares unless it's actually funny. See, that's I feel like that so many like
any idea, no matter what, you can make it work.
Yeah.
But
I think that too, but
you have to have the skill to be able to actually make it interesting.
Yeah, because there will be like, it's a catch. The thing is, like, shit like that, it's a hook. Like, I remember watching this very cool episode of Chef's Table, and it's about a guy. Unfortunately, I forgot his name. It's like Ivan, I think. Let me look it up. Yeah, his name is Ivan Orkin, I think. He's like an American, but clearly he had Russian or something parents, right? And I think he grew up in New York, or well, definitely in the States. But he grew up with a love for ramen. Well, of all things. So eventually he moved to Japan and he opened like a ramen restaurant, like, and I mean, like he said, like, how do I get people in here? Well, clearly obvious. The hook is I'm a white guy in the middle of Tokyo, like, and I'm serving ramen. What do you think the hook is gonna be? But it worked because while people were like, ha, let's check it out, they came and was like, actually, this is really good ramen. Like, so yeah, and it worked out for him. And it's the same thing. You make a webcomic about some kind of thing that's not explored. Like how you could say that this is a webcomic about me being a woman. Like, it's more popular today, but some time ago there was like nothing like that, right? You could like just get away with that being like your hook. Because no one talks about that. No one talks about being like a woman or something. In webcomics back when that was new. Now there's like a plenty. Like my favorite and probably the best example is like the Sarah Anderson ones, because she's actually funny, I think. And not badly drawn either, so that's good shit. And anyway, it's like shit like that, like a webcomic about like being in a band. That's the hook. Like, it's about like, oh look, no one is exploring this setting of musicians and blah blah, right? And
yeah.
And you're like, that's cool. I've never read about that, and let's see what it is about. And if it's all catered towards people who get it, who are a part of that, then you lost like your audience because no one understands like jokes about clefs or some shit. And that's fine because like who cares, right? Like maybe you just want to make jokes for that audience. But then still you can't just be like all reference. Like, isn't this great because I made a webcomic and there's like a little joke about music and you get it because you've been to the same class as me. Aren't we great? It's almost like a circle jerk.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stop here. That was quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Look at that.
Well, part of the reason is because I wanted to get over this as soon as possible, because really you can't talk much about Myiavi. He's just like a great guitar player, man. You just gotta go and listen to it. You'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, I recommend The Others. I think that's the album.
Yeah, Samurai Sessions, all of it. Just like Google Miyavi and like find the most like
Well,
viral looking video.
You can't go wrong with basically any album of his, but out of his more recent ones, The Others is really, really good. It's really heavy on the blues influence.
That sounds good. Yeah, I would just say like Google Miyavi or like YouTube it. That's even better, because then you'll just like have like a video of them. Find the one where he's playing the guitar, like, and you'll just see that, and you'll be like, oh shit, it's really good, and that's fun, and you'll just watch it and enjoy it, and shit, man, that's all you need, really. All right, let's finish this up. Okay. All right, let's actually write what this is. Little reminder to myself how to spell Myiavi. Don't laugh at me. Just, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you forgot basic spelling. Dude, the new game Paradigm. I mean, it's a point and click, but holy shit, that sounds like fun. It looks really funny. We could maybe make a. Would you mind trying to make a point and click adventure game?
I guess not. I mean, you know.
No, I'm not offering myself to do it. Like, I won't do it. I mean, if you had an opportunity, would you write a point and click game?
I mean, I think I would like to try it. I'd just be. I think I might be a little intimidated, I guess.
By what?
Well, for one thing, you have to make a lot more writing than normal, you know, because it's not just writing a story. Like, you have to have the multiple endings and all the
you don't have to have
dialogue
multiple
and
endings.
everything.
That doesn't.
Well, if it's not a fucking boring ass game. You know?
Hey, man, all of the LucasArts games didn't have like multiple endings. You're just saying you want to have multiple endings if you're the one writing it.
Well, because I'm a Wajidai fanboy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You need to have multiple endings. No, you don't. Shut up, I want it. That's why I'm not gonna do it. I won't make a game because the only kind of game I want to make is a AAA game, but that requires a lot of money to make, and I don't have a lot of money, so I'm not gonna make it. There. Hey, that actually makes sense. Okay. Alright, let's save this Miyavi doodle.
Oh man, I hope you're ready for mine.
I'm never ready. Okay, now that I saved my thing. Now that I saved my thing, let's open what you sent me. Oh my god. As always. Brilliance. And it's signed too. It's signed.
That's MYV. That's his little thing he does.
Does he write MYV?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Okay. MYV. Move. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. See. Did you look before we go on? Did you ever like have anybody that you know who signs their name in a very stupid way?
I don't think so.
Maybe like something really pretentious or something.
Nope.
I had like a person, like an artist that I knew, and they really wanted to be an artist. Like you know, like when you want to be like a guy who's a fit guy, to the point when you post about going to the gym. You don't like just silently go to the gym because your identity. Like your profile picture is you in the gym doing gym things. That's just like, yeah, and they tried to do this like sketch of like an artsy fartsy like footprint when they signed their name, and they signed their name on all the paintings they did. And I hate signing the name because it ruins the art, obviously. But but not only did they like try to like kind of like put it like in a tiny little way in the corner or something, it was always like very visible, very noticeable, and very fat. Like they would like plaster it like a giant stamp. Like it takes like about like a 1/20th of the painting canvas.
Oh god.
That doesn't sound like a lot, but believe me, it's noticeable. And it would also always be like some toxic color on top of the canvas, so you always see it. And it was this horrible like footprint sketch every time, and I don't know, it just bothers me. All right.
I like when the signature is like actually incorporated into the painting.
Oh yeah, that's the best, but you can't always do that. All right, dude. You tell me.
All right, you're gonna.
I swear to God, if it's a musician again, I'm gonna fucking like Smack a chicken.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to smack a chickie because Robert Smith of The Cure.
Of The Cure. I was for some reason I was expecting something else. Oh, for the record, if anyone's wondering, I do have a reference on the second screen. I just pull it up. Like, I just Google Robert Smith, and I look at all the Robert Smith. Beautiful. And then I just like pick something to like look for, like something especially Robert Smithy that I want to go for, and I just do that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is gonna be easy. I can just do like a black silhouette for his whole body, which is what exactly I'm gonna do. And then like focus on the face. It's gonna be great. And then like his hair is like really the star of the show. He has like a Cthulhu for a head.
Yeah.
Is this your plan? Illustrate all your favorite like musicians during the course of this for like some time.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of favorite musicians, I got to see The Cure last summer.
How was that?
Oh, they were really
No
good.
one cares. Everyone goes like, The Cure? Who's that? Are they still alive? Like, just like...
Yeah, it's pretty packed.
Of course it was, Spike. It's the fucking Cure, man.
Yeah.
Alright, I have a question. Is he really fat?
No, I mean, he got old, but...
I mean, I can see how he, like, got fatter at one point, but is he fat now?
Nah.
Good for him, bro. I mean, I don't expect him to be, like, Manowar or, like, fucking... What is that other band called? Misfits. I don't expect him to be that.
Yeah.
Like, or Danzig. Like, that's way too commitment to that kind of shit. I feel.
He basically just got old, and, you know, when you get old, you start
You can't
putting on weight in strange areas and sagging in other places, so...
Yeah, you're like, I've never thought this was a thing in my face. Like, like I thought my face kind of goes like this, but then I learned... That's fine, I guess. He has like a very interesting makeup that I never noticed before. Yeah. In the sense that it's not quite goth makeup. I mean, I know saying that about like the goth guy sort of is weird, but what I mean is like it's not quite like what you'd expect. By the way, so there's a joke in Paradigm, and I need to tell you about it because I have a suspicion you're not gonna play it, right? But
well, not anytime soon. So.
Yeah. So at one point you play the game where you're supposed to raise just like make people feel better about themselves. All like a lot of thugs that you meet on the street. No, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you. So at one point you go to this place, and it's like pentagram and a skull on the a skull out of nowhere is just like sitting on the trash can. It's like, hey man, wanna hail some Satan? And your character's like, sure, let's do that. And he's like, hail Satan, and the pentagram starts like glowing, and out of nowhere comes like a black metal dude. It's like the most generic black metal dude you can imagine, like long black hair, corpse paint. He has like a giant Gibson Flying V red guitar in his hands, and he's holding it like an axe, like about to smack you. And the way you raise his like level of what do you call it? I forgot. Self not hate.
Self not hate?
Yes, that's my backwards way of
self-esteem.
Yes, you raise his self-esteem by by telling him that, oh, that's a pretty impressive makeup, man. You could probably start a business with that. And he goes, I never thought about it that way. I'm gonna go back and get all my makeup supplies. Thanks, man. So there you go. Black metal secretly wannabe. Dude, what if you go on RuPaul's Drag Race?
Oh god.
As a black metal guy. Alright, tell me about your hatred for that show.
I've never even seen it. It's just
Yeah, I know. Like it's like a secondhand hate.
Yeah, someone I follow on Tumblr, even though I rarely go on that site anymore. When I do,
you should go.
It's just like mile after mile of posts about sassy drag queens, and it's so annoying.
Well, you say that, but secretly you love it.
What?
Secretly you love it. Of course. I don't know, man. Like, it's just... That show is great. In so many horrible ways. I read somewhere that the guy maybe will go into politics, and I think it's bullshit. But what if it isn't?
Man, you know everything's completely opened up by now.
No, that's a way to get political again. I guess. I don't know. If a guy can make like an empire out of that, what do you say to that, man? At least that's an achievement. It's not like you inherited a large sum of money. Ooh. Yeah. Alright, so you have any story about The Cure? Tell us about them? Yeah, tell us about the first time you listened to The Cure and you were like, oh my god, my feels. I'm goth now.
I remember we actually I had fuck, what's the album with Shake Dog Shake on it? Dog Shake is from The Top. Remember we were just cruising around Vegas listening to The Top?
Oh yeah. That was
one of the first albums of theirs I had.
Mm-hmm. How did you get it?
I actually managed to pick it up for free at a stupid warehouse thing in Pahrump of all places when I was staying with Hamsteak for like a weekend.
Oh, you did the weekend with Hamsteak thing.
Yeah. I didn't do that very often because oh man, it was okay. So what happened was his aunt was like, come on guys, I'll get you groceries since you're living together. Now when someone says, come on guys, I'll get you groceries, what do you think that means?
We'll go to the store and you'll buy us groceries?
Uh-huh. Now what happens is we get out of there and then she tells Hamsteak that I owe her $80 for my half.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's not how that works. Like,
you should probably clarify a couple things before we get there.
It could have been how it worked if
you just told us in advance.
Yeah. But
did you pay the $100 or
oh,
what?
Fuck no.
Okay. See, now I'm happy about that.
I mean, Marcus kind of
ended up paying for you.
No, he was just like, yeah, don't bother.
Oh, okay. That's cool, actually. All right, let's do the deed now.
Man, this would be the worst guitar on earth.
Oh, you're doing the guitar? Because this time I'm not going with the
guitar.
guitar.
Yeah, except it kind of looks like he has a very weird penis.
I gotta see that now. And I will. Everybody will. Amazing. So while I'm doing this, Tom Fulp of Newgrounds, also known as the guy who made Newgrounds happen, and his art dudes, they were working on the game and it's finally out on Steam. And they're celebrating the game coming out with an art contest. You know what that means?
That you're gonna win it?
Yes. And I want to specifically point out that I'm not just going in this contest like a guy who wants to like go in and be a nice competitor. No, I'm gonna break some necks. If this was a movie, I would be played by Seth MacFarlane. I'm the mouse from Sing. You know, I'm gonna like sing Frank Sinatra.
Maybe you'd be completely unfunny.
Think less unfunny and more like a dick.
Oh, okay. You'd also make a bunch of references because you think they count as jokes.
I haven't actually seen Ted. Is that also happens in Ted?
Ted was actually a little bit more competent.
Oh. Well, you were just thinking Family Guy, right?
Family Guy, A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Oh, what's that?
Anything else he made? Oh, God.
American Dad, I know that, but it's basically Family Guy. Like,
yeah. Well,
see, in the movie Sing, one of the characters, like, you know, it's a movie about a music competition, right? Like voice style and shit like that. And one of the characters is supposed to be, well, the villain, right? You always have like the villain, the overconfident, very capable but a total asshole kind of type of character, right? And it's a mouse who is like a classically trained musician, and he plays jazz, and he is a total dick, only cares about himself. Like when someone has like a stage fright moment, he pushes them off and he's like, come on, get off, you're useless, go away. Like, my time to shine. Like, he's that kind of dick, right? And he's played by Seth MacFarlane. So he's, I imagine he's basically channeling the Teddy, right? Since that sounds like the character. Are you actually watching what I'm drawing?
I'm a little focused on what I'm doing. Oh, hey.
Does it actually look like him? Because I'm not sure.
It looks human, at least.
Oh, does it? Because honestly, I'm not sure about that. But then again, I always was a little bit of a... No, I can't say perfectionist. Dude, I'm gonna lay down on the popular opinion. So I watched this video. It was like seven like habits that all master artists have, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Those bullshits.
Yeah, and it's by a guy who...
6 traits of highly intelligent people.
Oh, that's our favorite.
They swear a lot. They're disorganized.
Yes.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, here's my problem, right? The premise of the video is that this guy discovered this because he had a... Like, he is not an artist. Like, not a visual artist. And he made a bet with his brother that he'll get, like 1,000 likes on ArtStation, the website, in 6 months. If he loses, he has to pay $1,000 to his brother. If he wins, he does nothing. So already very great deal. But, you know, let's not talk about that. Let's not even criticize that. Here's the thing. He, the premise of that video is that he, while trying to do this, because he was pressured, he immediately learned how to be good about practicing and shit like that. And well, that is great and all. I just want to say, as like, that smells so much of like someone trying to do this for vanity. Because like, basically the video is like, look, I did this so I got like 1,000 likes on ArtStation. See, that's, I mean, maybe I'm like a dick, but that's just how it sounds to me. Like, it's not, here's the thing, this is the thing, I don't want to say this, but the unfortunate reality of that video is like, it wasn't like, I follow these steps so now I'm a great artist. Because he's not. That website has like so many such incredible artists that even like saying that you're close to them is fucking some kind of like, I don't know, like what do you call that? Blasphemy. Yeah. And because like what does he have to show for himself in the end of that video is that he got like a bunch of likes on the website. I mean, I don't have that amount of likes, so you could totally say that I'm like just jelly talking, right? Mm-hmm. But what is the point? That you got 1,000 likes? Like it's cool the message that you're saying, but first of all, if a person did not know that these are the habits that you should be doing as an artist, then wow. Thanks, I guess? Like, because they're just kind of really obvious. But then again, maybe it's just us being kind of like used to the fact that we've been around professional creatives for a while, so we know what is and isn't bullshit. Like procrastinating or waiting for inspiration, and or at the same time not doing what you love but following what is popular, like that kind of shit. Like we all know about that. Everybody knows about that. If they don't, like, I'm glad they do now. But it's just kind of like so obvious, and he's doing a talk while really what you have to show for yourself is the fact that you have 1,000 likes. I don't know, man. It's just kind of like, you know, like how you have like a person who wants to talk about, like, they're like, this is my first photo, tell me if I should continue. See, this is the thing. A lot of the times you have something like that, like, this is my first drawing, what do you think? Right? I think I don't want to even see it, because if it's your first drawing, it's gonna be shit. There's no difference if it's like slightly more or less shit. You're still gonna put like in a ton of work, so what the hell? What is that supposed to be? Good for you, man, that you tried. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be completely like negative, I guess. So let's just end by saying, like, if you just want attention, there are better ways to do it. All right. See, this is what I meant. I'm done.
Wow.
In fact, no. Let's push it a little bit further. Like, I see that he frequently wears like a shirt in older images.
Okay.
So let's give him that shirt. I mean, he is a goth. The goth. Yeah.
Gothic, isn't he?
What do you think about the fact that this kind of goth culture never left the US?
Never left the US?
What? Yeah. Because to most people, especially in Europe, goth is something else. Think more like Anna Varney and the Ensemble of Shadows. Or even like more towards like him and Nightwish, even. Or like, if you're like a teenage girl, Tokyo Hotel. Or, I know. Or, if you're like a little bit more into metal, what is that band called? The goth metal band, German, very peculiar singing.
Oh,
male and female.
Yes,
Lacrimosa. All right, this guy is Robert Smith, so I'm just gonna write his name here.
Robert Smith. Oh yeah, I sent you mine.
And let's save it. Now it just almost wants to, like, if it's not gonna be something like this and it's gonna be completely out of this series, now it's gonna feel weird. Alright. And then the next one is gonna be the giant slug that makes like the soft drink from Futurama. Like, just to break it.
Slurm!
Yeah, the Slurm or something. Like, that's gonna be the next one you pick. It's always like this, or the robot from Mystery Science Theater or some shit. Like,
Next one, you're probably just gonna keep the image up and then change the caption.
oh my god! All right, dude, you went into colors for this. Oh my god, guys, look at this. Shit! Now this, is he wearing a cape? Is this like his super ultimate form?
What you brought up on the stream doesn't actually show anything.
Well,
there we go.
Yeah, like, give it a sec.
He's wearing a cloak.
Oh, a cloak. Would he wear a cloak? I don't know.
I mean, he wears like a long coat thing a lot of the time.
Like, I always imagine him as a guy who's like wearing something more on the simple side, honestly.
Mm.
Like back when goth stuff was more, subtle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it's hard saying subtle when you have hair like that, but relative to what we have today.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you put in goth, right? And then just add Japan in Google image search, you will think that Robert Smith is very subtle. And sometimes he doesn't even wear the makeup, so... Yeah, man, Myiavi is more goth than him in this kind of... situation. Alright, let's close this. Alright, so, you tell me.
Alright, so next one is going to be Neil Gaiman.
I mean, the joke is that you're supposed to look at what I'm doing right now.
Well, I can't see what you're doing. Oh, okay.
No, wait. But there's an important distinction. He has a book in his hand. Yep. Done.
Like,
next.
on top of his hand.
Oh yeah, like just like, yeah, like just boom.
With the microphone sticking out.
Yeah, not even good color, just like that, like oh. Neil Gaiman. All right, no, let's do an honest attempt. I mean, it wouldn't be fair to him. Also, for all his looks being like the real life equivalent of Robert Smith, I don't think he actually like looks like that.
Yeah.
All right, but that said, I do think he's the guy who wears the coat. You know?
Man, maybe the reason I'm not getting paid yet is because I don't wear exclusively black like Neil Gaiman.
Yes, but you don't. you can't do it, man. Like, see, if you'd look like Neil Gaiman, sure, but if you're like one fedora away from ruining it all. Like, if you were all black.
Oh God.
Yeah, think about that for a sec. See, you either have to go all the way to Alan Wake. What the fuck did I just say? Alan Moore. Go all the way into Alan Moore. Yeah, go all the way into Alan Moore rather than like Neil Gaiman, because Neil Gaiman's kind of like he works because he doesn't wear a fedora, has very like notably recognizable hair, so to speak.
Yeah.
And he hold on, I'm thinking. And he just kind of Man, this looks like a fucking wizard or something. Let's not do that.
Yeah, Alan Moore's the one who looks like a wizard.
Yeah, but he is a wizard, so it's okay.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he even does magic and everything.
Yeah, he can explode your mind.
Oh boy.
That video.
You know,
was...
he has an official Facebook page now.
Well, I knew that, but it's run by his like daughter or something, right?
Daughter. Yeah, because he's still leery about.
I mean, no disrespect to his daughter, but I want to hear the wizard speak. You know, you just can't give me the webpage and not have the wizard speak. It's the whole point. You know? What is he doing? Oh, wait. Didn't you tell me that he had like a book out that's like intense?
Who? When? Where? Who?
More?
Oh, like yeah. He released it. Or a new novel, I should say, recently. I haven't read it yet. I did order it. It's 1,000 pages in small single spaced font. So
so it'll take you 2 days.
I think he said it was like 1,000,000 something words.
It'll take you like a week.
It doesn't look like him at all. Okay, I forgot what his nose looks like.
See, this is why I keep you around, because every time I feel like, oh, this looks like shit, I know for a fact that, well, at least it's not going to be Ben's. Like, I know that's a fucked up thing to say, but hey. But then again, sometimes a non-artist will be better at seeing things and like understanding what something looks like than an artist, because an artist can get caught up in all kinds of shit. Like, my favorite thing still is, like, one of my favorite artists, like, he's a wizard with a pencil, Miles Johnston, and he drew this like highly abstract girl like underwater, and he was talking about this too. He got like a comment where someone was saying that like someone made like a super like nice comment, like, oh man, this is so artistic, this is beautiful, I love this like touches the human existence and fucking shows the true nature of your soul, right? And then the next comment, right, the next one under that, was like, dude, sorry, but it just looks like she's farting underwater. Yeah. And he loved it too, because like, oh, such dichotomy in comments. And that's the kind of thing that can happen. Like, you have like an artist, right? An artist is like caught up in all the thoughts and like trying to make it look like this and that.
This looks like one of the monsters from Where the Wild Things Are.
See, I'm actually not familiar with Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm a heathen.
Fun in Paruski. It's just a good children's book.
Have you actually read it?
Yeah.
Alright, this is something I understand. A lot of people like talk about making children's book, and a lot of people talk about how there are children's books. When I was a kid, I haven't read a single children's book. Is this a thing that happens? Like, do people actually read children's books?
I read a lot of them, at least.
Well, you didn't have video games.
Oh, that's true. Since I was gonna rape people and rob gas stations if I did.
Rob trains.
That too.
Wait, have you seen that video where it was like a guy without a shirt for some reason, and it's like a stand-up comedy routine, and the guy's talking about when he was studying Russian in college, but the twist is that it was like a new professor, and she was gonna like he walked in, understood that he doesn't want to do it anymore because it's too difficult and he doesn't understand shit, but it was like too late to cancel because then they wouldn't have like a full thing. And their professor was like a new professor. Like, she was young. So she just says like, dude, don't cancel and just stay in the class just because I want this to happen, because otherwise if I don't have the full class I'm not getting whatever, right? She's like, okay, fine, I'll just stay in. So basically he ended up like taking 4 semesters of Russian without learning a single word. Yeah, like 2 years of Russian. And then eventually the story ends with like them saying like, we're gonna go to like he says like, Russian 4 was taught in Russian. Do you know what it's like to go to like a class and feel like an immigrant in DMV for like hours? So yeah, there you go. But he was talking about how like at the end of that they were gonna like go to Russia for their like after semester thing. And they said like, if you go you'll get a minor in Russian. Right? So he's like, you know that I don't speak Russian at all. And she's like, I'm well aware. But he said, alright, fuck it, let's do it, right? I'll get a minor, I guess, in Russian. Who cares? That's sweet. And he went there, and basically it's a very fun story, but in the end he robbed a train.
Okay.
Almost by accident. Like he met some Russian mafia dudes, and then he awkwardly introduced himself as I am the machine, because he got scared when he saw a Russian mafia guy, so he forgot what he was gonna say. And then like he like was drinking with him for the whole night. He become legendary. Everyone was talking stories about him, and it's like, I understand, you're the machine, like, like shit like that. And then in the end, he's like hey man, let's come on with us. We'll rob a train. And he's like, and then at some point he understood that someone was like, hey, give me grab some cheese, like give me some cheese. And he's like, wait, I'm learning, I'm understanding, he just asked me for some cheese, like, I get it. He like picks up some sir, cheese, right? It's like, good for you, now give some money. Like, huh, what's the money? And then eventually he like understand, oh, we're robbing the train. Yeah, but he did it. He didn't quit. He went through. I'm not gonna like finish the story though, because the joke, it's like one of those when the final thing is the funniest bit. So there you go. Anyway, so where are you on the Neil Gaiman?
I think I'm done.
Ooh. There's like, no. I want this one to be messy because it's Neil Gaiman. I wonder if Neil Gaiman's still like, I mean, he's probably like a good sport about this. He's not like gonna like, why do people still call my hair messy? It has been messy in years. Like,
I mean, his hair still gets messy once in a while, especially because he has this weird thing where he won't cut it or shave until he finishes a book.
Is that him?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, he did that when he was writing American Gods. He might have done that for Norse mythology.
Well, American Gods is super old as far as books go.
Yeah.
Well, to him. Like, it's just like, it's been a while. Yeah. Not like the Bible. Can I just, dude, can I just say, like, man, it was Easter, like, a couple days ago, right? Mm-hmm. And on Twitter, there was, like, a promoted tweet from, like, the White House or something, and Paul Ryan was, like, talking about the Bible, and I just fucking got so mad, like, I got genuinely mad, and I noticed that myself and kind of thought it was funny, because my thinking process was literally, oh, enough with the fucking Bible. Like, do you know there are other books? Have you ever been to like Barnes and Noble? Books and Noble. Like, dude, what if you read like the Da Vinci Code? What happens then? What if you read fucking like the Sherlock Holmes novels? Like, I'm scared. Like, please no one tell Americans that there are other books now. That just sounds scary. Like, it's fucking everywhere. Like, oh, the Bible. Duh, fuck, man. Like, even if you, like, are, like, religious, like, holy shit, can you, like, stop? Bible this, Bible that. That's some fucking Silent Hill cult shit.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go again, the nutty one. Again with her crazy book. You know, man, that's fucking bullshit. Alright. Alright, like, where am I? Where am I? Am I Gaiman? Dude, is Norse mythology literally just Norse mythology?
It's a...
I know that it is. That's a, like, a question
it's
that's...
a retelling of the Edda. Like, it's his own spin on it.
Well, when you say spin, it's more like a writer uses his writing. I'm just gonna stop talking right now.
It's the Edda, but in Neil Gaiman voice, which means everybody's kind of
slightly more mysterious and
clever.
That's cool, I guess. I mean, I like Norse mythology, but you know, like reading Neil Gaiman, he kind of made Norse mythology like his retroactively for me, especially with like fucking American Gods and shit.
Yeah,
you read it, right? Like
American Gods, I have read. Yeah, Norse mythology, I haven't read yet.
Okay, yeah, like reading Norse, like American Gods, like I just can't imagine. Like if Norse mythology, like the actual Norse mythology, was how to put it, if it was a movie,
mm-hmm.
like you know how like you would just like imagine Morgan Freeman narrating some shit. Like Neil Gaiman voice is like my equivalent of like Morgan Freeman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't imagine some things without Neil Gaiman voice. Like the best thing that I've ever seen that is a great example of Neil Gaiman voice is remember that contest that we saw where it was like Bad Gaiman?
Oh yeah.
It's the best because A, it is funny because it's so bad, but at the same time it's also a great example of what is Neil Gaiman voice. Because he actually reads it with his own voice, so you exactly understand what it sounds like. Like, because specifically it's a bad example.
Yeah.
So you get it. Oh man, it was great. And it was taken by the moon. Like, it's like... Oh, it's great shit, man. Oh, of course my game has to be this mysterious fuck. Since I gave everybody legs, I feel like I should give Gaiman legs. What are Gaiman legs?
Well,
though?
I didn't even give him a body. You'll see.
Yeah, I will.
Small onions.
Small onions? What?
I think my neighbor is cooking, and it smells good.
I hate that. Dude, I just want to say I bought like curry sauce and I'm so fucking excited. Like just like
Nice.
see when my girlfriend left for some time, she left me with this curry mix. And she was the one making curry and I'm like inept at cooking. But I'm also brave. So she left that for me, saying like, if you ever try. And then I saw it one day and I was like, well, I want it and I feel like trying. And it worked out. That's the surprising part. It worked out. So now I'm like, well, I am capable of doing it now, but now I have the sauce. I don't have the sauce anymore, so I went to get the sauce and now I have the sauce and I'm gonna make some curry. Curry!
Nice.
Would you say curry is something kids like?
Depends on the kid.
What kind of kid do you think likes curry?
I liked curry when I was growing up.
You're weird. You're a bad
I
example.
also love seafood and stuff, so...
Especially weird for a kid, nah. Man, I'm still like a kid when it comes to seafood. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, I'm more capable than I used to be with seafood. See, this is the thing. Gaiman is like not a figure that I find to be easy to portray with this kind of thing.
I see you are using that anime brush.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Looks like it.
Oh, well, see, okay, I'm gonna go straight ahead and like just admit some things. For the record, I was like getting really like bummed out with drawing because sketching wasn't as fun, so I needed to shake some things up. And then I'm gonna just straight up reference what I saw. Like shout out to this little known game, Persona 5. But I'm gonna actually talk about this for a sec. What's his name? I think. No, okay, I did remember this. So the artist for Persona games. Well, first of all, this is kind of weird. Originally, somebody a while ago mentioned to me that my art reminds them of the art of the artist for original Persona games, which is Kazuma Kaneko. He was like the original founder with a bunch of other people of all of that shit, apparently, as far as I know, right? And I love his art and all, sometimes more than, like, especially his designs. His designs are fucking great. And but he left Persona games to New Blood. New Blood being Sojima. Sojima worked on Persona and other games for Atlus for a while, mostly doing like shit like coloring, like, you know, like lesser jobs. But clearly he's a capable dude, so they just straight up gave him like a game to work on. I forgot the name of that game. I know I'm great. And he was like the total like art director, designer, everything. And then when that succeeded, they brought him for Persona 3, which is where everything changed. Did you know that Persona 2 and 1 does not have the daily system? Apparently. I know, right? You'd think that was like something that's very always there or something, you know. Anyway. Yeah, so they brought him in and his art is great and shit. And I was wondering how the fuck he does it. So I was looking up some shit, and eventually I just saw I found a video, and I'm gonna put it up in a sec because I found it. It's actually on an official Atlus page of all things. See, this is literally what I typed in the Google thing. I'm gonna mute this. And this video you just kind of like straight up watch him like do the whole thing, like draw the whole illustration. And I watched through the whole hour. It's not like that scary to watch this. And I noticed how he inks it, how he draws, and I was kind of curious to try it, so I just made a brush. That's literally like the same thing. And I was playing with it. I just want to point out that Atlus official channel is called Atlus Tube, and that's cute. Okay. Alright, and now I'm like sketching with the same brush because, you know, the funny thing is I noticed that that's kind of like the exact brush that most people use who do like anime type stuff. And it's actually like usually something that's included in Photoshop, but since I deleted all my default brushes and just remade them myself, I never had it quite. Not that I mind really. It's just kind of better for me. Alright, it's like a simple brush. It's just like it doesn't have opacity difference. It's just like the more I press on it, the smaller the thing is, and etc. And then I just like use the same brush for my eraser, and it does this like inky feel. So that's it. It's also way quicker to do this kind of shit. Because if I'm like sketching like half paintings, then it's gonna take a lot more, and it's easier to get lost and just kind of like paint for a while. This way I actually know where my sketch is done, which is it. It's done now. See? Mr. Gaiman.
I think you might be impressed with mine.
Oh. When am I not impressed with yours? Planning. How do we do it? I'm not a calligraphy major. What are you talking about? Have you ever thought about getting into calligraphy? Me too. Alright, let's save it.
Neil Gaiman.
Is that what happened?
Neil Gaiman.
Oh shit. I did it again. The reason I'm doing this is because it's better to shrink the image for saving for internets. Alright, now that I've done this, it is time to see what you've cooked up. Oh my god. See, I like that you went for the beardy one. Because I thought about it too, but I got lazy. Oh, look at that. Oh man, you have it all. Just all of it. All of the Gaimans. Like, you have the beardy face, like the Buzz. You have the scraggly, like Catherine Atlas hair. And then the eyes that are like... He has like a pleased expression, but also tired.
Yeah, he always looks like he's running on like 2 minutes of sleep.
Maybe that's the secret, man. Maybe he never sleeps and just kind of works all the time. Would you be surprised?
No. Well, I think that's more like something Stephen King would do. I think.
But he doesn't look like it.
Sleep a couple hours.
Or does he? I don't know.
Stephen King just looks old now.
But he never looked like he's tired to me, even when he was having fun.
He's kind of... Well, but don't forget that for a while he was in the throes of cocaine addiction.
Like I said, having fun.
Well, but wouldn't that make you look the complete opposite of tired?
Exactly. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't feel tired, but look tired? Plus, then again, it doesn't last long. Cocaine, that is. You just, like, do it, you feel great, and then you feel angry.
Man, but that's why he looks so old now, even though he's, like, only a little bit older than my mom.
I suppose. Alright.
That, plus the alcoholism and everything.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's better now.
I'm not.
Wow. He needs to live forever so he can keep writing stuff for me to read.
No, I want him to live forever only if he can still write the same way he was when he was on cocaine.
What?
But what's the point of living forever if you can't write as if you're on cocaine all the time?
Man, but then it was like really sad when he was like, I wish I could say I remembered writing Cujo because I really like the book looking back on it now. Like, I don't know, there was something just really sad about that.
Well, I mean, of course. Yes. Well, duh, but... And I'm not actually being serious, but...
Well,
Duh. Yeah. But, isn't that kind of part of it, though? When you're in a state like that, when you can't remember doing something and then it turns out to be great? Like, it kind of makes sense to me, because think about this. Sometimes all you need is just like confidence or something, or being in the right state of mind. And when you're drunk, remember when you're drunk, you feel like you can do anything, right? You can't, because you don't have the skills to do it. You just think you can because inhibition is removed. But at the same time, you feel like you could. Well, cocaine is like that, except minus the actual part where you are not capable of doing something. So I can remember him actually doing that coupled with alcohol. So I can see how like he doesn't remember it because it wasn't exactly him writing it. You know what I mean? It was like some other version of him, a shadow of Stephen King. To bring back the persona. Yeah. I mean, it's self-destructive and horrible, and you shouldn't do it ever, but hey. You know what's really sad? I remember reading about this. The guys on Penny Arcade actually had a moment where their artist went to get treatment for anxiety disorder at some point, if I recall correctly. And they had actual, like, conversations about, should you do this, if that will, like, because he felt like a lot of the feelings and mental states that he was in were directly responsible for his art. So he was questioning himself, like, well, if I don't have this, then will I stop doing art? You see? Yeah. So they had like a real moment. So they decided to go like, well, let's try and see if anything happens. If anything happens, we'll cry about it and go back. But eventually it just ended up not being a problem. So yeah. Nice picture of Stephen King, man.
Yeah.
He looks like my grandpa. But he doesn't talk like my grandpa. He's way more lively and vocal on Twitter. Alright, now, here's the question. We have like time for one more. Do you have one more?
Not really.
Okay. We can also finish it right now if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a little bit under the weather, so.
Okay, so today we had Myiavi, Robert Smith, Neil Gaiman. What a glorious collection of black and white individuals. Oh my god. Let's put up this logo thing. Bam. There. Thanks everybody for watching and hanging out. We have been the Paint Punks. Hey, will we post the video? See? He said that we'll post the video. So it definitely will happen.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully today or tomorrow, but we'll see.
Probably tomorrow, because it's going to take 1,000 years to upload.
Yeah, those are big. It's not as big as the last time, but still. Alright. Thank you for hanging out. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.